That was a silent slurp. Hey, fellas. Got done. Yep, got done yesterday. This is like one of those never-ending builds. I didn't think I was ever going to get it done. You know, if you bought this kit and just put it together out of the box, I think it would go together quickly. I probably could have built this thing in a week, got it painted in a week, if I had just built it out of the box. And I think that's fine. My buddy who I built this for sent me some pictures. He has two of them from Merit International. And, you know, they come pre-painted. And it's kind of bland. But, you know, if you bought this and wanted to build it up and, you know, fix the seam lines and just do no scratch building, you know, I think you'd still have a cool looking model. Just when you get up close, it's, you know, you can really see the toy-like features. So, but I got it done, and I am extremely happy with it. I'll quit jabbing, and if you stuck with me this long, then let's go check it out. All right, fellas, here it is. It is finally finished, and I didn't think I was ever going to get to this point. Once I got it done yesterday, I just sat there for like 15 minutes and just looked at it, and I'm really happy with it. The owner wanted it really weathered up, and I think I accomplished that. I didn't do a lot of chipping. I did do a little bit of chipping down here on the bottom on the gun pod, but I did use a lot of my gunmetal pigment, or actually I used some Ushi Vanderost and stuff, because I noticed on the real thing there's almost like a metallic looking area where it's been rubbed and touched and stuff right along the intake. So I used some Ushi Vanderost and powder around there, and I really got that look that I was going for it. So then I kind of went a little nuts with the with the metallic powder pigment, but yeah, I really like how it turned out. It's nice and weathered. I don't think it's overdone, but of course that's all personal preference. But I am really happy with it, and I think the owner's going to be really happy with it once he gets it. Now there's a lot of stuff on this, so I'll stop the video here, and then you can take a look at. I'll lower the camera, and then you can look at the bottom, and then I'll lift it up. I'll take all this stuff apart and show you what all the other little details that I've got in there. So let's take a look at the bottom, and I know we're being fancy with this angle, but I am really happy with how those intakes turned out. And they're not 100% correct, but they do look much better than what the kit would have you do. And obviously there's no seam line right along the where the intakes meet the side of the fuselage there. Oh, that's so cool. Spin it around here. Now, I didn't do a whole lot with the pylons. I did add some cut pieces of sprue and painted them a little bit and tried to weather them up. I didn't do anything real drastic with the pylons. They were pretty plain and toy-like, and I'm sure there's a lot you could do with them, but to be honest with you, you know, at that point I was just ready to move on with it. There we go. All right. Now I will pick it up here in a bit. You can get a closer look, but I do have to take some stuff off of it because a lot of this stuff isn't glued down and will break off. Okay, now the first thing I want to take off here is and I know I'm going to miss something and probably break it, is the canopy, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. I bent some copper wire into a shape of some grab handles and glued those on, and then I put the mirrors in there. You can see those. Added some bare metal foil to those. It doesn't look perfect, but it gives the idea that those are supposed to be mirrors. And then, of course, I've got the little stops in here that allow you to put this on here and then move it back, and it stays in place. And then I've got the little notch that fits on the rail that I made. So the owner, when he gets it, can just put it on here and move it back, and there you go. It is on there. And it really does look cool. There's a lot of stuff going on inside of there. Really, I think looks 1,000 times better than just the plain no scratch built kit thing would have looked. The seat, I've got that glued in there. This thing, I think this is kind of like a wind direction thing, I'm guessing, because I've seen on some of the pictures it's turned around, so I guess it's some kind of to let them know which way the wind's moving. So we'll go ahead and remove this. Let me get a cup so I don't lose all this stuff. Now, I don't have the steps on the side on the plane. That's the only thing that I don't have on here. These little steps, because these were homemade and they matched these perfectly. So if I lose these, I've actually got a little extra one that I haven't painted up just in case. But if I lose these, then it's going to be a real pain in the butt to correct them. So I'm not putting them on. The owner's going to have to glue them on. These little, I guess they're pitot tubes or antennas or something. I've got those done, and I sprayed those in a two-tone aluminum and then a gunmetal on the back. Let's see. And then this little thing, which I know if I drop it in the carpet, I'm going to lose it. So we'll peel that off. This little antenna thing up here. The refueling probe, I've just got that laying in there. The owner can glue it in there. Oh, the ladder over here. Now the ladder, I'm happy with how that turned out. I think it's pretty close, and it's just a press fit. You can just put it up in the hole, and so I've got that on there. We'll go ahead and peel the front landing gear bay doors out, and again, I've got just my posts that I put in there that fit up into the recesses where the other where the stock parts would have fit. One other big thing is I'm going to leave the tail off because it's just going to be easier to ship it that way, so I can put my support stuff back here without having to worry about breaking off any tails. But when the owner gets it, he can just sit in there. It will probably stay. It's a little wobbly. I would throw a little bit of glue on there and then just cement it into place. Now the horizontal stabilizers, what I did is I glued these together and I used 5-minute epoxy. So basically what I did is I just set them in here, got them where they needed to go, and then I put 5-minute epoxy to glue them in so they're nice, they're not going anywhere. So you can just fit those in there and they stay put. All the missiles except for the sidewinders are attached with magnets. These just use the posts that come with the kit. I didn't think that it was necessary to magnetize those, but these are magnetized as well as the fuel tanks. Now for the fuel tanks, because they're so big, I got 3 magnets. So we'll peel those off. Get the other side here. And the reason I'm taking this apart is because I don't want to break anything before I ship it. All right, I think, let me check. I think that is all the breakable stuff so far, maybe. All right. And then I've got the this little doohickey down here, the lantern pod. So there we go, and there is the bottom. Now I did glue the pylons on. I've got those nice and secured, but now the doors down here don't move because one of the posts broke off. So I had to end up just gluing these in. I used some cement and got them in there nice and secure. Now the landing gear does move in, but obviously the doors don't. What else is there? This actually goes back in, but it doesn't go in very far. I did flatten the front tire. So I heated that up and then smushed it down. So it looks like it's weighted. Now it's not perfect, but it does give the impression that it's weighted. I tried to do that on the back tires, but I was afraid to go too far. And so there's not much there, but it's not something you can really see. You really notice it on the front more than anything. These things move in and out. Now I did put some lube down here on the little piston things that go in, just so they move a little bit easier. Let's see what else. Well, there we go. There's all the dirt and grime and the exhaust nozzles there. So there we go. That's about it. I am, like I said, I'm happy with it. I hope the owner's happy with it. And now I get to work on getting a box big enough and packaging it up to ship it safely. So I'll flash up some pictures. I hope you enjoyed this series. I know a lot of you guys are going to build this kit, and I hope some of the techniques that I've showed you have helped you out, given you some ideas. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.